Hey there, Christy here with Editor Creations and welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to show you how to create an AI twin version of yourself. Now I started doing this a few weeks back because I just wanted to be able to have a personalized version of myself that I can use for posts without me always having to, do my hair and put on my makeup and dressing up dressy and doing all the things, but be able to have a branded look, that looks as if you had a professional photo shoot. So here's just an example of some of the types of pictures. These are, of course, and they're not all going to come out perfect, but that's just part of the process. But you're going to come up with some really good ones once you learn how to train the AI to do that. Obviously, you'll see some that have not so great with the fingers and hands, but like I said, you're going to get really good results. And I'm using a program here called Magai, and I really like it. It's easy to use, and there's lots of different programs you can use. No matter which program you choose, pretty much you're going to be using a model called Flux Lora. So I'm going to go through that here. I'm also going to leave a link below if you want to give Magai a try and, see what you think of it. Okay, so once you're inside, you're going to go to where it says images and you're going to click on new image, and that's where we're going to start. Now I've already trained some AI models of myself, but I'm going to go into this as if I haven't done that yet. All right, so it's going to bring this dashboard up. Now if you haven't created any pictures yet, then you won't see this. It'll always bring up the last picture that you created. So what I'm going to do here is, all right, so first of all, I'm going to go here and choose the AI model. So the one that we want here, you're going to see a bunch of different ones here. So you can see all, it has DALL-E, Flux, GPT, Ideogram, Kling, all different ones here. The one we want though is Flux Lora. All right, now what we want to do specifically though is to create a new, basically a trained Lora. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. Now I have, as you can see, I have different versions depending on maybe like what facial expression, neutral, happy, surprised, and just like a regular portrait, kind of like Mona Lisa smile. So you can, whatever kind of look, you can create a separate Lora for that. So you're going to go here where it says train a new Lora. So that's what we want to do. So then this is going to come up where you have to kind of give it some information to work with. So the first thing you're going to do is give it a name. Now this is just a name so that you can identify. So I'm just going to use Christy Portrait. I'm going to use two since I already have a Christy Portrait in here. Now the trigger word for this one, now the trigger word is when you put your prompt in, it's going to have this word in the prompt so that the Lora or the AI will know which Lora you're trying to create. So I'm going to use Christy Portrait. I'm just going to name them the same, except I put an underscore here with that. So here it's going to give you some options. You can do portrait model, which if you want to have a realistic portrait generation, is style if you're training it on a style rather than a specific subject. But the one you want to use here is to create a mask. And this is so the subject or yourself is going to be masked and cropped from the background to minimize background influence in the training. So this is one that I use. You can try all of them, see what kind of results you get. Now the number of steps, I pretty much just leave it where it is. I don't really mess with that. And then I go to click or drag to upload a file. So as you can see, I already had a folder here, and you're going to want to do this before you even get started. Now, let me just back up a second. Before you even get to this point, you're going to want to create photos that the AI can use to, to get the information that it needs to create a lookalike of you. So you're going to have to create a zip file. Now, I would try to have at least 10 images, and that's what it says here. Your file must be in zip format and contain at least 10 images. That's going to give it the best results. So the more files or the more images you can give it, the better it's going to come out. So this is something that I had already done. So what you're going to want to do is basically have a photo shoot of yourself. Now, what you can do, you can create, see, I had already created the zip files for these, but what I did, I did Mona Lisa Christie there. So these are like neutral pictures. See, it'll tell you if the file is too large. The file can go up to 47.7 megabyte. So sometimes it's good when an error happens, so you can see. Now I'm going to go up one here. Now here's where I had put the pictures, so Lora Pix, right? So I have the pictures all done in there, and it's the right size, and then it's going to tell you how many words it's going to use up. So once you've got that all ready, then you can click Create Lora. So just as a side note, when you're doing the pictures that you need to create and train the AI, it's going to be best if you have like a plain background. You can still do your hair nice, however you want, because I learned the hard way that pretty much however you fix yourself up is how those pictures are going to turn out. Like I had a pair of earrings on in one of my pictures, and all the pictures came out with those earrings. So you don't want to have that. You want to make sure that you have basically pretty plain Jane pictures, right? Because that's what it needs. It needs your facial expression and something to work with so that it can create that model for you. All right, so then you're going to go ahead and click Create Lora, and then it's going to just take some time. You're going to see where it says pending, and so once this is done, I'll come back and show you how the process works to actually create those images once you have your AI trained to do that. While that one's pending, I'm going to go ahead and show you with one of the models I already have done and trained how to actually create that image. So we're going to go here again where it says New Image. And this time, instead of creating a new AI model, we're actually just going to start creating the actual images. All right, so now that we're at this window, we're going to go and choose the model that we want to use, which is the Flux Lora. Right, then you want to choose which model you want to use. So you're going to open that up, and then you see I have all these ones created, and the one that I just created, Christie Portrait 2, is now completed. So we're going to go ahead and click on that, and then you can choose what size you want to make it. You can make it square, portrait size, landscape. I'm just going to go with square. And then here you have some advanced options, and basically the lower these are, the more kind of creative freedom you give it. And if you put these up higher, the inference steps or prompt guidance, then it's going to adhere more closely to the prompt. I like it to be kind of in the middle, and so that's what I do. Now, you're going to want to actually put the prompt in here. So I have one that I already have. I'm going to copy and paste that. So here we go. So I'm going to have to change this to match the trigger word, right? Because that is the trigger word, because when it goes to create the image, it's going to pull from this Lora that we just created, right? So it's going to say professional photo of the person known as Christie with shoulder length dark auburn hair. And I'm going to put pink business suit. And that way it'll give me a specific color. And then I could change it back to black. So let's go ahead and see how this turns out. All right, now they're all not going to be winners. So this one looks kind of interesting, kind of like a side look there. But I'm going to go ahead and generate it again. And you'll want to do that, probably generate it a few times. And each time you're going to come up with different. Now see, the hair does not look like me. So I'm going to generate this a few more times. Okay, now this is looking more like me here. So I'm gonna probably create a few more, and what I'm gonna do, just so you can see, is to change this to black. So you can change any little small detail, even the mug. If I wanted to make it a certain color mug, I'm gonna say red mug drinking tea. And let's see what it does with just those little details that I changed there. All right, so look at that. I'm now in a black suit and I'm holding a red mug. So you see how amazing this is. You can just keep changing little things, and the background, whatever. I have this in a kitchen. I could be anywhere. I could be outside. You could have so much fun with this. So that's what I really wanted to show you, that there's so many possibilities. And if you look here, I'm going to go back to images so you can get an idea of all the different types of images. So you're going to have good ones, you're going to have not so good ones, but you can always favorite the ones that you like. Say, oh, I really like that one, I like this one. And then you can also download them. So if you see one that you like, you can click that arrow button down and it'll download it for you. But look at all the possibilities. You're going to have bad ones with the hands looking funny, but that's just all part of the process. You just have fun with it. I had fun with that one. That was actually a video that I had done. You can use another model called Kling to do that. So look, I'm even an astronaut. You can be whatever you want. So the point is just to have fun with this. And but I hope this video helped you at least to understand the process of creating an AI twin. It's really just training it. Once you've done that part of it, you can just have so much fun creating as many images as you want. So I hope you found this video helpful. Again, I'm going to leave my link below for you to give Magai a try, and let me know how this works out for you. And if you have any questions, feel free to comment below. And please, if you found this video helpful, like, subscribe, comment, all the good things, and I'll see you next time. All right, have fun with it.